If you clicked on this video, I hope it's because you've realized that porn has no place in your life and you're so done with it. If that's the case, stick around. I'm about to give you guys my 4 best strategies that I found to help me quit porn. Lock the doors. Imagine there's an intruder in your house. Now, would you allow your room door to be open? To be ajar? No. You would shut that door and you would lock it, right? So this is the same thing that you got to do to your urges. Some ways to do that are by building good habits. One habit that I like to have is I don't take my phone into the restroom, because I know that when I'm sitting on the toilet or I'm about to get in the shower and I got my phone in my hand, that's a moment of weakness. That's a moment where it's easy to be weak, right? And so just eliminate those moments where you know that you're weak from your daily routine. And so instead of taking my phone into the restroom, I keep a book in there now. Another good habit that you can have is don't bring your phone into bed with you. This is a really important one for some people. I mean, I never took my phone into my bed. I didn't like that. But for some people, I know that that's a moment of temptation for you guys. And so, just set your phone down beside your bed before you're going to sleep, and also make sure that you're not using your phone too late at night when you're, tired and you're prone to moments of weakness. So just turn your phone off after 12. Or if you've been, having like a night out of drinking and you're about to get back home, and you know what happens when you get back home and you're drunk, just turn that phone off before you get home. Second one, apps. Instagram, Reddit, TikTok. Delete those apps. Delete them. You know how much eye candy is on Instagram. You know how much dancing videos is on TikTok. You don't need that. You don't need those temptations. It's not worth it. Just get rid of those apps. Surround yourself with a mindset of anti-porn. Think of religious people. A deeply devout Christian goes to church every Sunday. And the reason they do that is because they want to fill their minds with the Word of God, right? With the teachings of God. So in kind of the same vein, you want to fill your head with a mentality that opposes porn. Now, what are some good ways to do this? Watching YouTube videos that teach you more about the effects of porn in your brain are a good way. A good one that I recommend is Andrew Huberman's video. He's a neurologist at Stanford. His video on the effects of porn on your dopamine system. I'm going to drop that one in the description. Another good book I would recommend is Your Brain on Porn. I'm also going to drop a link to that in the description. So yeah, consuming content that aligns with your views. If you want to quit porn, then you got to align yourself with media and content and ideology that's anti-porn. Now, this one, these 2 super secret techniques were developed from David Goggins' book Can't Hurt Me, which is an excellent book. I would also recommend you guys read that. But basically, he has these 2 exercises, and I've adopted them specifically for this purpose, right? For the purpose of quitting porn. And so this first one, adding wood to the fire. Basically, I want you to imagine your most deepest, darkest bout of binging, right? And I want you to imagine how you felt after all those hours. You finally look up from your device and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck did I just do with my life? And I want you to remember that feeling. and how awful you felt and how you promised that you would not do that again. But there's no way to stop yourself when you're using porn. It's not in our human nature. We just have the only way to stop, to prevent those binges from happening, is to quit entirely. That's the only way. And so remember, every time that you get the urges, remember those binges, so that way you can say, hey, it's hard to put that phone down, but it's even worse to experience those feelings of binging, and to experience, maybe you have like thoughts, you have perverted thoughts, and then you think to yourself, oh my God, where the fuck are those thoughts coming from, right? And it could be from here. The second technique is to remember times when you felt the urges and then you fought it. So every time you get an urge, remember the last time that you got an urge and then you said, I'm not going to act on it. And you put that phone down, you shut that laptop, you walked away. And just capture that feeling and use it. Use your success to build more success. This last one is a saying that somebody taught me. Don't prove, improve. Personally, I'm not a fan of tracking progress, how many days you've been clean. And the reason for that is because if you've been clean for a long time, then you might get a big head, and you no longer have the same amount of motivation to, keep going. And you might think, you know what, what's one session? What's like a little bit, right? That can't hurt. On the other vein, if you've just relapsed and you feel terrible about yourself, you think, oh my God, I'm such a piece of shit. I'm never gonna be able to do this. But it's not about that. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it for. It doesn't matter how long you've tried, how many times you failed. It doesn't matter. It's not about the outcome. It's about the procedure. So what you got to do is just focus on the procedure and how to improve that procedure every day, bit by bit. Focus on ingraining more and more of these things into your day, and automatically your life is going to be healthier and happier, and you're going to be closer to your goal.